So here's our problem. I surveyed my class about which problem-solving techniques the students thought were most useful. 15 students listed looking for a pattern, 12 students included working backwards, 9 said they thought making systematic lists was useful, 6 of the students said both looking for patterns and working backwards, 4 students said working backwards and lists were useful, 7 said patterns and lists, and 2 students mentioned all three. There are 24 students in the class. How many of them didn't include any of the above techniques in their list of most useful problem-solving techniques? So problems like this are most easily approached using something called a Venn diagram. And here's how it works. We make a big rectangle. Oops. Big rectangle representing the whole class. And in it we have 3 overlapping circles. One circle for those who listed patterns, so make a big circle with the letter P. One circle for those who said working backwards, so put a B for working backwards. And one circle for students who said lists. And we'll call that one L. And these overlapping sections indicate the fact that some students listed more than one of these techniques. So the best way to do problems like this is to work from the inside out. Notice that it said 2 students mentioned all 3 techniques. So we can put 2 in the central section, which is where all 3 circles overlap. Then it said 7 students listed patterns and lists. So in the P and L overlap altogether there are 7 students. But we already have 2 students in that overlap. The P and L overlap, the patterns and lists overlap, has 2 sections. Those who also like working backwards and those who like patterns and lists but not working backwards. So altogether there's 7 students, 7, that mention both lists and patterns. We have 2 of them, so there must be 5 here. 4 people said working backwards and lists were useful. Well, we already have 2 people in the overlap between working backwards and lists, so we just need 2 more here. And 6 students said both patterns and working backwards were useful. Well, we've already got 2 of them down here, so the other 4 must be here. Now, how many students overall said looking for patterns? Well, 15. How many do we have in the P circle so far? Well, 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 4 is 11, so there must be another 4 here. 12 students said they liked working backwards. Well, we have 4 plus 2 plus 2, for a total of 8, so we must need 4 more in the working backwards section. And 9 students said that they thought making systematic lists was useful. Well, notice that we have 9 already in the lists circle, 5 plus 2 plus 2. So we don't have anyone who said only lists. Everybody who had lists in their list of techniques also had one of the other 2, working backwards or looking for patterns. Now, how many students do we have altogether so far? Well, we've got 3 4s up there is 12, plus 5 is 17, plus 2 is 21. So we've accounted for 21 of our 24 students, and so there must be 3 students out here who didn't list patterns or working backwards or lists as one of their most useful problem-solving techniques. And so finally, that's the answer to our question. There were 3 who didn't include any of the above techniques in the list of most useful problem-solving techniques. So Venn diagram helps us keep all the sections straight and look for overlaps, and whenever possible for problems like this, you want to work from the inside out.